Hello, I'm Luke Darcy. Welcome to the 2013 wash-up for the Gold Coast Suns. Damien Barrett is back again with me and Damo. The Suns more than doubled their wins tally from the previous season. Does that give them a pass mark in 2013 for you?
Yeah, most certainly it does, Das. They got their win tally up to 8 this year, and that's a really good result for this particular footy club. It sets them up, Das. Watch them come in years to come.
Highlights for me, and there were plenty for the Gold Coast this year. I love watching them play. Jaeger O'Meara will be one of the stars of the game. It was a brilliant debut season. Rockstar name, plays the game with great style. What a physique and a build for a young player. Brilliant athleticism, wins the ball inside, kicks goals, runs hard, and nice for him to be able to learn alongside one of the best midfielders in the history of the game. And Gary Ablett Jr.
just looked at home, Das, didn't he, from day one?
Yep,
we were told he was going to look at home, and he certainly was.
Brilliant debut season, and there's highlights everywhere. Can't wait to see him in the next over the next 10 years.
I've looked at the team as a whole, Das. For my highlight, I just think they claimed some really good scalps. Around 11, North Melbourne, in a game that was a real slog, but they really dominated it when they needed to. And North was going through a rough patch then, and they capitalised. And this was their biggest one, Das. 6 weeks later, round 17, Ablett led the way as he did most of the year, and they took on the Pies, and they beat the Pies in what is their biggest victory to date of their short time in the AFL.
First ever win at the MCG. They defeated Melbourne, and there was lots of firsts and lots of positives for the Gold Coast. A young player of theirs that I'm a huge fan of is Zach Smith.
You like him, don't you?
Yeah, massive rap. I think he'll be one of the great big men in the game. And tragically, he did his knee injury, Damo, in round 8. And when you get him back, and a young boy called Tom Nichols, who came in and played some footy, I think that's a right combination, Damo, that is going to be very, very exciting.
Yeah, my highlight, Das, is Carmichael Hunt's falling away. We saw last year he was actually had a place in the game, having come from rugby league, but went backwards this year, Das, on a lot of money and a lot of resources going into him. And I know it might sound harsh, but this is a brutal business. At the money he's on, he needs to be performing better than he is. And I think that the big picture with him now needs to be brought into question. And
does he stay in the game, Damo, or does he go back to rugby league?
I keep asking his management, Das. He's contracted for next year. They assure me he will be there. But they were saying the same things about Izzy Folau about the same time. I think his future in the game's in serious doubt.
Who deserves a Christmas bonus for the Gold Coast Suns in 2013? I love Rory Thompson. I think they found a 10-year defender, Damo. 200 centimetres tall. Had to play on all the big guns because Nathan Bott wasn't available. Matty Warnock couldn't play, and he did it manfully under a huge amount of inside 50s.
Old-fashioned sort of footballer, does?
Uncompromising, plays really well on his man.
Footy brain.
Not intimidated, and pretty effective. Not a great natural kick of the footy, not great natural skills, but he plays within the limitations that he's got. Does it really, really well. So that's a great find for them. He's a Southport boy, so to get one out of their zoned area who's that good is just a great result.
Well, I'm going with someone who's about 40 centimetres shorter, Das. So Dion Prestia, we kept being told he had a really good game, and we saw it this year, didn't we? I think he started slowly, but maybe around 6, 7, 8, when the team actually got itself together and started winning games. He's got a trick bag, Das, for a guy who looks as though he's just going to play that nuggety, bustling role, but he's got some serious talent, this kid.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting midfield, isn't it? The Gold Coast Suns with Ablett and Jaeger O'Meara, Prestia, all coming through. He was great this year, Dion Prestia. Seriously improved his game. We've got to look at the list now. Who do they remove? It's chopping block time. Damo, never an easy thing to do. And a couple of their high-profile Brisbane recruits, Michael Wichitelli, best and fairest winner, I don't think he's probably given the service that they would have liked. He'll play on, I think, but Jared Brennan's the one. He was picked 3, just hasn't ever got it together. He's a roller coaster, does some great things, and then too often plays games that aren't up to scratch.
And he doesn't want to be playing NEAFL, does he, as he did on regular occasions this year. Look, Nathan Bock, it may be an obvious one again in that group of players who came to the club on the good money. He's broken his leg, as we know, last year. Courageously got back, but then injured himself again and has got some off-field issues that he needs to wade through for him to be still part of the AFL in 2014.
Where do the Gold Coast need to improve next year? And they'll get improvement naturally as they get another pre-season under this group. But the key forward area, Charlie Dixon, Sam Day, young Lynch, all showing signs, and it takes the big key forwards a bit longer. Love one of them to hit their straps. The GWS have got Jeremy Cameron, who's a ready-made star that gives them a bit of an advantage when you compare the two new franchise teams. Do they go and maybe trade for a Cranberry potentially, or maybe a Gumbleton just to try and just give them a bit of support? Probably an option for them, but you'd love to see one of those three just jump out and cement themselves as the big key forward.
Yeah, when we do this part of the wash-up on other clubs, I've always been suggesting they should get another player to bring him in. I don't think the Gold Coast needs to do that. I just think they just need to grow internally and improve on what they've already done. What they've got, Das, is going to work. They just need to take their incremental improvement, which they did this year. Only got beaten once this year by more than 9 goals. That's a significant update on where they have been on this position. And I reckon the finals are there for them next year. Should they improve the way they improved in the past 2 seasons?
So you've got them inside the top 8, Damo, next year. I thought this year was a massive success. Yep. Anything good enough to finish in the 8 next year?
Yeah, I reckon they are. 8 wins in 2013. I've got them going up, but whether it's up to 6th or 7th or whatever, but I've got them going up, and I reckon they're going to be in the finals mix when we start talking about round 19 next year.
Yeah, I've got them going up as well, Damo. I think they will be thereabouts. Not 100% sure they'll make the 8 next year, but from the following year on, pencil them in for about 10 years. They have got an enormous future. Thanks, Damo. That's the wash-up for the Gold Coast Suns in season 2013.